So we're back with the Let's Play series of Heavy Rain, and this time we are playing the third possible character in Heavy Rain. This chapter will introduce Norman Jayden.
My hands are trembling. I gotta keep my act together. At least for now. I noted that name somewhere. What was it? Blake. Lieutenant Carter Blake. Yeah, that's it. Goddamn rain. Hasn't stopped pouring since I arrived. I'm really gonna love it here. Reporters. Already. Huh. They seem well informed.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jayden, FBI.
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jayden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Norman Jayden, FBI.
Check. You can pass.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks.
Fancy sunglasses.
Video memo recording, Agent 47023, Norman Jayden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:48 a.m.
So these fancy sunglasses of Norman's, they are basically a virtual reality thing. So he can scan the crime scene and everything, and so these little orange blips are basically, little pieces of evidence or whatever. But not all of them are relevant to the case.
Unrelated to the investigation.
Like that. But first we're gonna go find Blake.
Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jayden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me to be here. Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jayden? So, what happened? Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
Has the time of death been established?
Based on the rigor mortis, must be less than 6 hours ago. We should know more once the coroner has had a look. Any news on the coroner? He's on his way, Lieutenant. We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others.
Any witnesses?
None yet. Given the neighborhood, I'd be surprised if anybody saw anything. Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Do you have any leads? My men are going over the scene with a fine-tooth comb. If the killer left anything behind, we'll find it.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
No, of course not. That's not what I meant.
Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jaden, you come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
Blake is kind of an asshole. Especially to Norman. So basically, put on our virtual reality glasses and scan the crime scene. Oops. And there's a bunch of little pieces of evidence around that are like from the police that are walking around that are, and it's not all of them are important, so I'm not going to waste time going over them. But like that one is useless. You know, if you want to investigate all those things, you got to buy the game yourself.
The victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence. Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. A small origami figure in the right hand. Fingers were probably closed after the time of death. The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file. An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. His face is covered with mud, like the other victims. Harry, common. Orchid pollen detected. Probably from the flower left on the body. Harry, common. Pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail.
Oops, wrong button. Didn't mean to take my glasses off.
Harry, common. Traces of blood on the railroad track. Analysis confirms it comes from the victim.
Suspicious.
Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the killers.
Well, aren't you smart?
Harry, common. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on his way through the fence.
Pieces are all coming together. And now I'm covered in mud. Way to go, Norman. Wrecking that nice outfit.
There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car. I think I've seen all there is to see.
Alrighty, we got all the clues we need. So yeah, in addition to like these extra clues and stuff that don't really matter to the investigation, I mean, you know, as we go through the game, there's a lot of little things that you can do that aren't actually necessary to the story, but are just kind of optional, fun things for you to do in the game as you explore the environment. And I'm gonna skip a lot of them just because, you know, it saves time, it's not really necessary, and it doesn't really add a whole lot to the story, but it is kind of fun to go through and explore it. So, you know, if you end up deciding that you want to play the game yourself, it's kind of fun to explore those things, and you also don't always have time to go through
I'm heading back to the
everything.
office. You staying? No, I've seen enough. I'm leaving too.
So, you know, you kind of have to play the game through more than once if you want to see all the fun little things to do, and so I couldn't do everything for you even if I wanted to. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I pick a few things to do just because there are a few things that I find it more interesting than others, but, you know. And that's it for this session. Next time we'll be back with Ethan, so see you next time.